Beginning, the strange connection. I never imagined that scrolling through an interstellar forum could change my life. My name is Jace Renner, a human engineer stationed on Outpost Sigma 9, remote mining colony on the edge of the Delterra expanse. Life there was monotonous. Repairs, maintenance, and long nights staring at the stars. That was until I met her online. Her username was Lyriax, and she claimed to be an alien from a distant sector. At first, I thought it was a joke or a bot. But the way she described her world, floating cities, plasma forests, and gravity-defying oceans, was too precise, too vivid to be fabricated. Her knowledge of alien physics, interstellar diplomacy, and even obscure human history fascinated me. Over months, we exchanged messages, sharing secrets about our worlds, our struggles, and our dreams. She had a sharp wit, a magnetic personality, and a curiosity that mirrored my own. Despite the impossibility, I felt connected. Then one day, she sent a message that made my stomach drop. "I'm coming to see you." I laughed nervously.
Yeah, right.
"And I'm going to the moon to have tea with aliens." Not a joke. Prepare yourself. I didn't believe her.
How could she?
An alien woman from an entire different galaxy claimed she would appear in person? Yet somehow, my intuition told me to take her seriously. Middle, arrival, and chaos. The morning she arrived, I was on the observation deck of Sigma 9, tinkering with a broken mining drone. The sky above the colony shimmered with a strange iridescence, the auroras unnatural, almost otherworldly. I froze when I saw them. Massive ships descending from orbit, their hulls etched with alien sigils, thrumming with power. And then she appeared, descending from a hovercraft that seemed impossibly small to carry such presence. Lyriax stepped onto the platform, taller than any human, with skin that shimmered like liquid metal and eyes that glowed faintly violet. Her armor was sleek, technological, and undeniably military. "Jace Renner," she said, her voice melodic yet commanding. "You said I could visit." I swallowed hard. I didn't expect this. She smiled faintly. "Most humans don't. But I am not here alone." I glanced upward. A fleet of alien soldiers, humanoid but with distinctly non-human features, bioluminescent markings, elongated limbs, and energy weapons, marched onto the platform behind her. My heart pounded. An entire army here because of me? Why? I managed to choke out. "Because," she said, "you have unknowingly entangled yourself in matters far larger than your mining colony. There are factions in the Delterra expanse who seek to destabilize your sector. And you, Jace, have knowledge they want." I realized then that our online chats, our innocent exchanges of data and ideas, had drawn attention, powerful attention, from forces I didn't understand. The siege. Within hours, Sigma 9 was under attack. Ships with hostile insignias appeared on the horizon, their weapons targeting the colony's defenses. Panic erupted. Miners scrambled, alarms blared, and communication channels filled with chaos. Lyriax didn't hesitate. Her army deployed advanced energy shields around the colony, repelling the first wave of attacks with precision. I watched in awe as her soldiers moved with synchronized grace, neutralizing threats I had no idea existed. "You're incredible," I said, barely above a whisper. She glanced at me, her violet eyes calm despite the chaos. "This is why I came. You cannot face this alone. And frankly, I don't trust anyone else to keep you safe." Her words hit me harder than the assault. The woman I had met online, who had seemed so distant and enigmatic, had now risked her entire force for me. My life, my home, my colony, she had placed all of it under her protection. Together, we coordinated defenses, utilizing my knowledge of the colony's infrastructure and her army's advanced technology. The invaders were relentless, but every strike they made was anticipated, countered, and nullified. It was like watching a living weapon. The alien woman I had once believed was just a digital presence was now the reason I survived. The calm after the storm. By nightfall, the attackers had been repelled. Sigma, 9 bore scars, craters, twisted metal, and burnt corridors, but the colony survived. The miners cheered, unsure of the scale of the battle but grateful to remain alive. Lyriax stood beside me on the observation deck, her armor still gleaming, her soldiers stationed strategically across the platform. I realized something then. The woman I met online had become real, tangible, and terrifyingly powerful. And somehow she cared for me. "You didn't have to do this," I said, voice rough. "Any of it." She turned, her gaze softening, just enough to reveal the person I had come to know online beneath the armor and authority. "I told you, Jace. You are important. Not just because of what you know, but because of who you are. And I like you. More than I should." I was speechless. Her words, so simple and yet monumental, struck deeper than any battle. I had met thousands of people online, interacted with beings from multiple sectors, yet no connection had ever felt like this. Her hand brushed mine briefly, a touch charged with intensity and unspoken promises. The new alliance. In the days that followed, Lyriax's army stayed, helping repair the colony, establishing defenses, and training the human miners in advanced tactics. The bond between us grew, not merely as allies, but as partners facing impossible odds together. She revealed more of her world, her people, and the political turmoil she navigated daily. I shared our colony's struggles, its dreams, and its vulnerabilities. Slowly, what had begun as online intrigue evolved into trust, partnership, and something deeper. One evening, as we watched the twin moons of the Delterra expanse rise over the colony, she spoke quietly. "You and I, we are strangers from different worlds, but somehow we belong here, together." I nodded, words failing me. The alien woman I had met online, the mysterious, impossible figure, had become my anchor, my protector, and perhaps the person I had been waiting for all my life. Ending a life forever changed. Months passed. Sigma, 9 thrived under the new alliance between humans and Lyriax's forces. The colony expanded, trade routes opened, and peace returned, fragile but real. Lyriax stayed, not out of duty but by choice. She had integrated into our lives, teaching us advanced technology, defending us against external threats, and sharing moments of quiet humanity. The woman I had met through a screen had become tangible, real, and irreplaceable. One evening, she took my hand, her violet eyes glowing softly in the twilight. "Jace, you saved more than this colony. You saved me in ways you may never understand." "I think I understand," I replied, my voice low but firm. "You saved me too. From being alone, from being ordinary, from being unaware of what's possible." She smiled, leaning closer. "Then stay with me. Not because you have to, but because you want to. Not because of duty, but because this is ours." And in that moment, I realized the truth. The universe had tossed us together, across sectors and screens, across uncertainty and war. And somehow, in the chaos, we had found each other. The alien woman I met online had shown up with an entire army, but she had given me something far greater: connection, purpose, and the promise of a future we would build together. In the vast emptiness of the galaxy, we were no longer strangers. We were partners. We were allies. We were, unexpectedly, home. And for the first time in my life, I understood what it truly meant to be seen.